Greetings, fellow tubers. 'Tis I, Garradine, once again. This is actually coming hot off of my Duskers Let's Play. However, this is going to be released about 12 hours after. So I'm going to try 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening type of release schedule. And this is also going to be a once daily. Now, Cardhunter is a free-to-play. I'm going to have to thank this one particular individual I've been watching on YouTube for actually pointing me in its direction, because it is a wonderfully glorious little game. 1 second here while I try and remember his, the Scarlet Seeker. So, unintentional shout out to him. He's someone I watch a lot. Dear God, the man has a fucking work ethic. I'm not gonna lie. He pushes a lot of game videos, like every 4 hours, so... He's where I found this wonderful little free-to-play gem. So we're gonna be playing it. Because I like Dungeons and Dragons. I DM for my for a group of my friends. So, I'm sure it's actually right up my alley. Welcome, Grodrum. Playing Cardhunter together is going to be awesome. Indeed it is, my friend. Indeed it is. Let's do Green Fang's Challenge. My older brother Melvin has been telling me how great it is. Don't I know it? Because I've already played it. And, yeah.
Adventurer.
Party has survived the Undying Marshes, following the ancient map to the Gold Leaf Blade. Deep in the Undying Marshes are hidden 3 priceless artifacts. A sword of peerless sharpness, a mace blessed by Saint Tembrin herself, and a staff infused with demon fire. But brave indeed would be the adventurers who would invade the brooding fens to face the enmity of the lizard men, for it is rumored that they are protected by the Viridian dragon Green Fang himself. For levels 18 through 22, 2 exciting battles. Now, approaching the blood-soaked altar of a lizardman shrine, they brace for a final assault. Let's go kill us some lizard peoples.
Uh-oh.
Cold-eyed lizardmen pour forth to defend their temple, commanded by a skeletal apparition. Alright, so, that's obviously pretty simple. It's one of those build your deck type of things. You control a party of 3. Appears to be one Borgo Stoneheart, a Father Ordos, and Idris of the Hunting Horn. Yeah. Fighter, Cleric, Wizard, the Holy Triumvirate. Yep, right click or press spacebar over the cards. Quite simply, nice and simple. And then left click a card. So, what's going to happen is, we're going to move Borgo Walks. We're going to put your beefy fucking rear end right there. Play with some lizard folk. Hover over a card, the board shows all squares. Indeed. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're actually going to move you Father Ordo is going to run over here. And there's an Arcing Spark.
Whoa!
And let's see if I block it. Blocks my hand to defend automatically if I roll high enough. And there's a 5 when I needed a 2. So, no spell for you. Yep. Alright. Nice. Simple. Chop. Attacks up to 2 different targets. And the Obliterating Chop both these guys only have 8 hit points. Obliterating chop it is! Borgo obliterates Fossem and Tesseren. And that's 2 dead lizard peeps. Up. Sorcerer's Bolt. What sorcery is this? The painful kind.
Huh.
And there's my armor. I need to roll a 3 or higher. Aha! Got a 3. And there's that. And of course there's the battle log all the way up here. And yes, this actually does have other people playing the game. Interesting, isn't it? But the chat is him literally chatting to me, and there's the battle log, so we'll just keep it on battle log. My turn to play. We're going to do this reaching swing on this lizard folk. Faller Ordos telegraphs his swing at a sock. And he's gonna try and move closer. And is gonna get an arcing spark first, or a sorcerous bolt. Oh, no valid targets, huh? So you're gonna have to move. Idris is gonna dash over to here. Oh, Buddy Boy teleports. You die by a sorcerous bolt. And they're gonna run up. Which means... shocking! She's gonna get zapped, and I'm gonna fireball. Only fireball. Always fireball. Fireball is the only answer. Alright, they're gonna lock a little more up. We're gonna drop an inspiration on Idris here. See if she draws another attack card. Nope, she gets a teleport other. And is getting slashed. Heal her! Oh dear lord. What's gonna happen is we're gonna teleport you. You're just gonna teleport Bongo Rother. And 2 people are gonna die. Da-da-da! And I'm gonna have to end my turn. So there's one Lizardman Guardian, who's now almost dead. Ooh, successful parry! Ow! How do I want you to die? With a strong hack! Choppa choppa. Victory!
Victory!
The bones of Zuten return to dust, and the treasure is mine! Da-da-da! Alright. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give me that. Yay, legendary weapon! Alrighty then. Goodness gracious, level 20 characters. I'll get there eventually. Onward!
Whoa.
Oh no, as you lift your prize in celebration, a terrible rumbling shakes the temple. The stones themselves seem to cry out in terror as a caustic reek fills the air. Green Fang is here. You gonna fight me a dragon?
Uh-oh.
Alright. Beware of his acidic breath. Alright, so what's gonna happen is you... all the way up there! You're gonna fly. I'm fine with that. Stab him. Oh no! Acid jet! Interesting, alright. And 2 of that damage to stop, but there is now a line of acid all the way to the wall. We're gonna fling a burst over here, clear out some of that acid. Oh dear lord, that does a lot of damage. Alright. Both of these are in range. So we're gonna power spark over here. Oh. Massive jaws. Dear lord. We're gonna penetrate the bolt. He just keeps tearing into Bongo. Heal him, father. Oh dear lord. Another bolt of acid. Alright, we're gonna fling an inspiration over onto Chicky here. And Sorcerer's Bolt! Mooha, mooha. Alright, after it! We're actually gonna teleport you back over this way. Yeah, no, you go over there. I don't want to deal with you. And around. Lord, he draws so many cards. Attack skill. Alright, we have a... I need a move. What is this? That move's gain teleport. Oh dear lord. We're gonna teleport. Over here. There's massive jaws. Successful parry. And we're gonna boil out all your armor. You shall not block. There's a strong hack. There's a perforating strike. What does that do? Other allies move 1. Fascinating. You get over here. And then bash him in the head. Victory!
Victory!
With a terrible roar, Green Fang crashes onto the temple floor. The Viridian Dragon's long reign of terror is ended.
Woohoo!
Dude, that was. Oh. Gary, what are you doing? You kids can't play Green Fang Challenge with my party. Yes, it's one of them people.
Wrong.
And that is his voice now. If you want to play with my Cardhunter set, you have to start at level 1.
Oh.
Yes, Melvin. Sorry, Melvin. Sorry about that, Grudrum. My brother says we have to start again with some new characters. And thus,
And now.
our story begins in Cardhuntria, in the musty, dusty Orc's Head Tavern.
Hark.
An old man staggers through the door, blood streaming from his side.
Uh-oh.
Help! Monsters are attacking the village. Who will save us?
Huh.
So, we got a dwarf, a human, or an elf. The elf is a chickie. Well, those two are not. Ooh, I like that F rune that he has on his shield. Alright, Dwarven warriors are stout and fierce, capable of hanging in a fight for a long time. However, they move more slowly than any other race. At high levels, they get access to cards that improve their durability. The human warrior balances speed and toughness. They can get into a fight and sustain it. At higher levels, they get access to cards that let them plan ahead and strategize. And the elves are the most mobile of all warriors, but not as tough. High levels, they get access to cards that give them even more movement options. So he starts with a dash, which moves him 4, with 3 extra walks. Human warrior gets run, with 3 and 3 extra walks. And of course the dwarf is nothing but walk, which is 2 movement speed. So the 3 types, there of course, these are the only 3 races. Dwarf, human, elf. And of course there are the 3 classes. Warrior, cleric, wizard. Now I could do all humans, all dwarfs, all elves, or a mix. Now things later on I can recruit from here again, so there's that. But I think to start off, we are going to go with resilience. We're going to go with a dwarf. Brynkol's a good name. Brynkol hears the call to adventure, strides over from the bar, and pledges to help the old man.
Yay!
Time for my first adventure.
Ah.
Over here on the raid on Omelette. With his last breath, the old man gasps and points towards the nearby village of Omelette. So, let's go crack us some eggs.
Yeah!
Raider should be pretty easy for someone who's already defeated Green Fang. Them's with just level 20 characters, let me remind you. Kobolds are raiding the peaceful village of Omelette, slaughtering the villagers and plundering their meager possessions. Will a brave adventurer step up to send these vicious bandits packing? The peasants will surely reward anyone valiant enough to aid them in stopping the raid on Omelette. Level 1, an exciting battle for 1 character. Let's begin it.
Huh.
The streets of Omelette. The village of Omelette's peaceful existence is torn asunder by the din of battle. A kobold raiding party has descended from the hills, set about ruthlessly sacking the small community. Drawing your sword, you rush to repel the invaders. I'm not gonna lie, in 5th edition, kobolds are no joke. Run right, they can destroy a party. But these ain't 5th edition kobolds. So.
Ah.
Oh, interesting. Alright, so in the test run I did, this kobold here, this smarmy little snot, started over here. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Brynkol here is going to go ahead and amble his way over there.
Huh.
While all the goblins, or kobolds, come rushing towards me. There are goblins in here, but they come later. What we're going to do is we're going to beat him in the head. Brynkol weakly strikes Bong. His name is Bong.
Huh.
Now, I skipped completely past this. Monsters in the group turn gray after they have attacked, which means that he's not going to bother me. But Bing will, if he can get over to me. But Bong dies. And you come over to me. Alright, you know what? We're gonna be a smarmy little snot and get out of melee range of you. So you have to pass. Come and get me.
Huh.
Come to me, buddy. Come to me. Thank you. Alright, we got a simple strike and a reliable hide, which protects me from 1 point of damage. Beat him in the head. And I'm only going to take 1 from that? Yep, alright. And we're going to move over here. Yeah, alright, we're going to end the round then. Nah, come and get me. Alright, you have how much health? 3. I'm just gonna simple strike you again. And there's the adventure complete. The aftermath of the raid on Omelette. The village is saved, and the remaining kobold raiders scamper off into the fields. The grateful villagers reward you handsomely. Task now remains to track these miscreants back to their lair and put a stop to the attacks.
Yay!
And there's 10. Alright, so we're gonna crack open this chest.
Woohoo!
We're gonna have to take all. Got some pickled herring and some amber shards. And here's the armory. Woo.
Yay!
We're gonna sell. Yes, we know.
Huh.
Continue. Yep, we don't have a weapon in that offhand, which is why all these bludgeons and such. I'm gonna go ahead and sell the pickled herring too, and pick up a woodsman's axe in this offhand.
Yeah!
Which will give us 2 5 damage chops, a couple of 2 damage chops, and a couple of 2 damage weak strikes.
Huh.
And we're gonna exit.
Yay!
Now, because this is free to play, it does have some premium currency. That's what the pizza slices up here are. For, you know, picking up extra adventure modules, characters, special items, that sort of thing. But from what I've seen, and from what the Scarlet Seeker said, it doesn't matter if you're playing this free completely. It's gonna give you a lot of stuff to do. Brynkol searches the fields for tracks and finds a trail leading into the wilderness. We're gonna finish
And
this.
now.
We're gonna finish this here introductory run, more or less. And that's what we'll call the episode, methinks. Kobold Encampment, Omelette 2. Following the trail of footsteps and dropped plunder, you find the Kobold Raiders camped in the woods, a league from Omelette. Now is the time, while they are squabbling over their loot, to strike back, destroy the Kobold Encampment, and safeguard the village. For levels 1 to 2. Pursue the kobolds into the treacherous hills surrounding Omelette. Before long, a musty stench alerts you to the presence of the remaining kobolds. It seems they are gathering their ill-gotten possessions and are making preparations to flee. It is up to you to stop them from warning the main camp.
Uh-oh.
Yep, 3 to 1 this time.
Huh.
Now, each character has a immediately around them acts as difficult terrain. They have to stop when they move next to me. So, we're just going to amble our merry way up to here and kind of get them stuck right there. I have block cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to weak strike this one right here. Oh, there's a weak block. There's a weak strike on me. It's going to be an issue. So we can ignore him now. We're just going to simple strike here. There we go. And now he has to discard that shield. Ow. Which means that he can die now. You have 6. You're going to strike over there. And we're going to go ahead and end my round as well. No. Now. That is 2 dead kobolds for the price of 1. Alright. You have 1 more card. We're just going to back up a smidge. Alright. End the round. You're gonna have to close in. We have a couple simple strikes and a chop. What do you have? You have 1 more card. And it is a block, and his block is immediately used. Which means death. No cards. No blocking. Having dispatched the raiding party, you overturn their camp and liberate what items they had. Searching the area reveals a cave mouth and a crude earthen tunnel leading into the darkness under the hills. Is this where the kobolds come from? Only further adventures will tell. And Brynkol becomes level 2 and gains access to a shield. Now, using his bare muscular arms, he has a trio of unreliable blocks, which is block anything on a roll of a 6, which is difficult.
Whoa!
Alright, so we have... Yes. Take all. Alright. There we go. So we have a rhinestone amulet. I can sell that. The kobold killer. And another woodsman's axe. Now, this here is just a blunt sword, bludgeoning and simple strikes. However, swapping that out with the kobold killer will give us a controlled overswing, which will discard the card furthest to the right whenever I play that. Some 4 damage bludgeons, some 3 damage simple strikes, and a simple 2 damage weak strike compared to all of these simple strikes. So we're going to ahead and swap that with the kobold killer.
Huh.
Yep. And we have some heroes there as well. So we're going to go over here real quick. Sell the trinket. Pick up a shield, which has a weak block and 2 punies. Weak block blocks anything with a 4 or less, while the flimsies block with 2 or less. All of these are on 3+ rolls. I mean, that the flimsy blocks aren't going to be used much, but I mean, if I get over 3 cards, I can always just discard the flimsy blocks and be done with it.
Ah.
Now, heading over to the tavern, we have access to the wizards. Now, once again, we have the human, which is a balance of mobility and alright, so good balance of mobility and toughness, and they get access to the human tactical planning skills, which I think just tweaks your draws. They have run, bludgeon, little zaps, which do 3 damage at a range of 2, and a big zap, which does 4 damage at a range of 2. There are, of course, the Elven Wizards, in this case a chickadee, and of course the dwarf. I apologize for the dog barking. Goodness gracious. One moment. Okay. Seems like the dog is currently stopped. Give me a moment while I hydrate. Much better. Now, who do I want? A human, an elf, or a dwarf? I'm thinking we're gonna go stereotypical here. High movement, elfy. Oh dear lord. Gwynglorthordel. Gwynglorthordel. Aracir, Irmator, Fiddlehalius, Helserbornal, Aracir. Nice, short name. Aracir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Adventurers.
Alright, this is actually reaching about a half-hour mark, so after this there is actually one more. And that's when we'll get our clericy boy. But yeah, I'm fine with running long ones. Into the darkness we go.
Yeah.
Indeed, Melvin was right, if he wasn't so much of one of them people. Tunnels into darkness. The hillside, a crude tunnel, leads into the darkness. From this ominous portal, the kobolds sallied forth to terrorize the farmers. Now you must turn the tables and bring fire and sword to the raiders themselves, as you venture down the tunnels into darkness. For levels 1 and 2, an exciting introductory battle. Of course, it shows that we have both Brynkol and Aracir in our party. we can, apparently, swap party later. I was not aware I could do that. Muha. Muhaha. Muhaha. Alright. Good to know.
Ambush!
Uh-oh, looks like the kobolds are ready for you. Ambush! Light your torch and head into the kobolds' tunnel. Passageway leads down and then runs straight for many miles before reaching a three-way intersection. While you ponder which way to go, a crude horn sounds and a mighty kobold hero emerges to confront you. Now we have both Brynkol and Aracir.
Uh-oh.
Wizard has long-range attacks, but needs line of sight. Yes, I know.
Huh. Oh.
But good rules. So, sorry if I'm just clicking through those real quick. But, line of sight is kind of self-explanatory. You need to be able to draw a straight line without, you know, intersecting any obscuring terrain. So, what's going to happen is you are going to step forward. Weak strike, Brynkol in the face. And then I'm gonna spark him in the butt.
Yeah.
So this does have flanking in an interesting way. Get here on one on either side. We can pretty much play hopscotch. These dark, as I'm here pointing at the screen like you can see me, goodness gracious. Those dark green areas are his rear-facing arc, while the light green is the front. Blocking cards only affect your front arc. Obviously, if you can see it, you can block it. Now, we're gonna zap him in the butt. Zap. And he turns around. And then beats him in the face again. And then give him a little zap in the butt. Oh, range 2. Forgot about that. So we're just gonna move you right here. Aha. Alright. So zap in the butt. And then a chop to the back of the head. And then a zap. Keep you spinning around like a record. That was alright, I guess. I've already forgotten his voice. It's probably going to change into various annoyances. Doubt you'll get much... There it is. I doubt you'll get much further, though. This game isn't dumbed down for the masses. That, folks, is what we call gatekeeping. Don't do it. People hate you for it. The tunnel finally emerges high above the floor of White Skull Canyon. So this is where the kobold lair is. You'll return, with allies, to finally stamp out these monsters and liberate the treasure they have stolen from the surrounding villages. Alright. What shiny shit we got? Alright, so. Okay, we have a beginner's staff, which we already have. That's fine. We have Orzo's excellent wand, which gives us telekinesis. Move someone 2 directions around impassable terrain. And they're not just anywhere. The big zap and a little zap. What is this? An uncommon and a rare. Interesting. So, we're going to go ahead and slot that in here. We'll lose the zap and little zaps for a little zap, big zap, and a TK. Movement options. And over here with Brynkol, we have the Golem Cleaver, which will give us 3 penetrating cuts, 2 stabs, which have a range of 2, and the Able Bludgeon. Okay. Now, both of these are low-level weaponries. But I'm probably going to swap out the Woodsman's Axe to get rid of some of those weak strikes. We'll lose 2 of those weak strikes and gain a couple of stabs instead. We do lose 2 5 damage chops, which are spread damage. But all of those penetratings will ignore armor. So, as we reset here, it stacks like flake. Alright. Yes, yes, new stuff.
Ah.
Now, there's a lot of crap. So, usable only by him. By level. So, these are all the regular priced items. You know, stuff that isn't expensive because it's above my renown level. Which is only 1 at this point. But that's fine. So, we have 42 gold to play with. And 2 characters to equip. A blocking axe. A curved sword. Gives the strong stab. A shifty stab, which will allow you to move 1 and then attack, which is nice. Normal stab, penetrating cut, a backbiting strike, which is an issue, it hurts myself, and fumble, which just says, hey, that right card, it disappears. We have the Fool's Maul, some simple bashes, which do knockback, some simple strikes, dropped guard, destroy, and fright. Attach this card to yourself, may not play attack cards for 1 turn. Yeah, I don't think so. A basic hatchet, some leather boots over the adventuring boots, which give me simple strike and reliable hide. Weakened armor, armor 2, doesn't prevent damage from attacks from behind. Interesting. Shuffle, which is a movement 1 and another walk. We also have a plain dagger, which is more penetrating, which we already have 3. But I really don't want to lose that controlled overswing, so we're not going to do anything about that at the moment. Now, these 2 boots, hidebound, swaps out that simple strike for another movement. So swap out the reliable hide with rusty armor, which is a one use armor 3. And a lunging hack, which is a mix of a 1-step move and damage. I think we're going to take the Tough Fencer's boots over here for Chicky. So we scroll all the way down. Good lord, she has a lot of choices. Now, what do you have here? You have Big Zap, Little Zap, TK, and Zaps, Simple Strike, and Spark. So we're looking at staves. So Force Bolts, which are pushes, Long Sparks, range 10, damage 2, which are hard to block, and a range 3 damage 2 with the penetrating Zaps, which ignores armor. All of this is 2 arcane, 2 magical, 2 more arcane. And that is the Relentless Staff. Of course, she gets the same boot choices. Or not, I'm not seeing the Fencer's boots. Interesting. There's a Hedge Wizard Staff, Simple Bash, some Ember Sprays. There's our Cone, range of 2. Does 1 damage of burning, but it's an even split between melee and not, which I don't like. A Citrine Staff, which is 3 penetrating zaps and some fire sprays. The Violet Staff, which is a short spark, hard to block 2, a couple of penetrating zaps, zap, little zap, simple bash, and an unwieldy staff which has 2 fumbles. We're going to get you the hidebound boots. More movement options. And This beginner staff gives me 2 strikes. 2, 4, 3, 3. 3, 2, 2, 4, 3. Yeah, we'll go with the violet staff. Yes, yes. Alright. There's that. Now, apparently we don't get our, aside from the must and the dust, the tavern doesn't have it. Alright. We don't get our final character until after this. So, we're going to go do this, and we're going to end after picking up our final wonderful cleric-y boy. White Skull Canyon. After battling under the ground itself, you have emerged into the desolate White Skull Canyon. It is here that the kobolds have gathered under the leadership of their sinister high priest. Put them to the sword and end their depredations once and for all. Now this has 2 battles. So considering we're almost around the 40-minute mark, we're actually going to call it here. So I kind of lied about going all the way through. But we'll start from right here next time. This has been Gary Dean, signing off.